So here we are on your next. Got another box here. Oh, it's a very pink one with a red bow on top. Let's have a look at this one. Oh, good grief. It's amazing the people and things you find inside a box. Inside this box I find Matt Fielder. Matt, what are you doing in there?
Ugh, you can always find me in one box or another if you unwrap me correctly. How are you doing, Nick?
I'm fine, thank you, sir. And how are you?
I'm very well.
So, other than living in this box, what's new with you? You're now a resident inside a band called Ransom, aren't you?
Oh, I am, yeah, for their sins.
So, when did you join them?
Yeah, Ransom's, that's Dave's creation. Dave set it up. Dave, the guitarist, Dave Barlow, set this band up about 8 or 9 years ago. And he set out with a mission of wanting to put together the greatest covers band in the whole of Surrey. That was his idea. And he wrote to his son, Zach Barlow, very talented bass player, and got him on board. And they played around the pub circuit, were getting quite a name for themselves, actually. I think they had 2 singers of note. One was Bun Davis, who now sings with Chris Slade's Timeline, an excellent singer. And then followed up with Alez, who's now actually guitarist with Doomsday Outlaw. So I was doing something for Eurovision, and I was looking for a band to go and play as the United Kingdom of Rock, because I'd stopped doing Hurricane Jane. And Dave came over and he said to me, I've got a covers band. I'm looking for a singer. Do you want to come do it? And I thought, get my hand back in, just get back gigging again, What I think was how much they actually gig. Ransom gigs, 70 and 90 gigs a year. I mean, it's full on.
How many? 79?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's incredible. No one can book gigs like Dave. He's amazing at that. I came in there and I realized I couldn't. Some of the songs they were singing, I think we might have to change for pitching. But whereas most people's singers, as they get older, I think their voices go low. Mine's actually got higher. I'm actually sitting and hitting notes now that I couldn't even reach before with ease. But that's basically how it started. We carried on doing all the covers gigs. It's well documented. When lockdown happened, we couldn't do anything, and I was always itching to play originals anyway. We did a song called Lockdown London. It just kind of snowballed from there, really. We went out and wrote some songs, and who knew we could actually write good songs?
So we've got Dave on lead guitar, and does he play any other instruments as well? Because I understand he's quite a mean guitarist in one form or another.
Oh, he's a phenomenal musician. He fixes guitars. Well, he's got his own website, Dave Barlow Guitars. You got to go on. He has his own YouTube channel. The whole family, they're all really talented and skilled. From Joe to all his sons and his daughters. They've all got a talent. You go around, they're all really good at something, which makes me think, there's not much else I can do really. I can talk rubbish and jump on tables and sing, but that's about it really. And write words. I'm quite good at words, I suppose, but that's about it really.
That seems to be a fairly good idea for a vocalist, really.
yeah. Well, I look around at other people's lyrics of other bands and I think, I'm not too bad really, am I? There's not too many Hello Babies in there, but there we go.
So on bass we have Dave's son.
Yeah, Zach Barlow. He's Dave's son. He's an exceptional musician. Not just a great bass player, but he produces. He's a very talented. He went to ACM in Guildford when my son goes. He's got a great production technique. He knows sound. He knows music and younger influences. And I think that's the kind of the secret of Ransom, if anything, is the now factor. The fact that Zach is so young and more of a modern contemporary feel to it, and that's what he does with our sound, and that's why it sounds kind of fresh, if you like.
And I also believe he's involved in some of the video work as well.
Oh yeah. I mean, he's just he does our graphics as well. He does our designs, our adverts. I mean, makes you sick really. Then he's good looking. He's the best looking member of the band. I mean,
Come on, don't get jealous now. So we got
at least nicely.
So we got Zach, we got Dave, and on drums we have.
We got Zippy Lee. He's barking mad. I love him to bits. Zippy's been in many bands. I think he was playing in Hoaxwind for a while, and he's got his own studio. But I've never known a drummer like him. I've played with drummers. He's a really good talent drummer. But he's just like a metronome. I could sleep to the beat that he has. Not I'd fall asleep listening, but the rhythm is right there. You could make love to the drums of Ransom. You really could.
It's a bit worrying to know that. So every band has a different writing process. How you get to be able to create and be creative. How does it work with Ransom?
Oh, it's quite straightforward actually. It's really easy. I mean, Dave and Zach obviously live in the same house most of the time. They would go away and they would come up with a riff or a sort of structure, and then I'd usually get something on a Sunday night, and I realised that I've become a much better singer once I stopped playing guitar. I don't play guitar anymore. I just concentrate what I can do, which is write words to make women cry and just try and write melodies to go with it. But there'll be something I'll see on TV, and I'll do it the old Bon Scott way. I'll have a bottle of whiskey or something, and I'll sit up over the night on a Sunday. When we started, I'd say, I want 2 of those, 4 of those. That's the chorus, that's the bridge. But now they're so good, and Zach and Dave work so well together. They know exactly how my voice works, so they will put together a kind of structure that's already there for me. I'm thinking, well, right, they've done it for me. So all I have to do is go, right, that's the verse, that's the bridge, or the pre-chorus, and that's the chorus. And it's just a case of the semantics of putting it together. And that's really how the song evolves. And it'll be about something that's in the news. I don't want to preach, but it'll be kind of something that's on my mind, or it's tongue in cheek, and just my sense of humour, if I can get that across into it as well, and personality, that's where we go.
A lot of people have found ways that a recording nowadays is changed from where we used to go in the studios and sit around and do it and kind of jam it that way. Is it a case that they give you a backing track and then you sit and work to it? No,
I mean that for the initial structure, but we now go and record. We go into Ransom.rocks studios, and what we'll do is we'll have like the backing track of what we agreed is the sort of roughly the length of how we want the song to go, and then Zippy will go in and he'll lay down the drums, and then I'll have a guitar guide and a bass, and I'll do the vocals, put them down, the structure, everything down. Then they'll go back and Dave will go in and lay down the guitars, and Zach will redo his bass in the studio themselves. So we do it organically, so we're not all on each other's heads. We know where it's going, and then Zach sits. He's amazing. He's sit and mix it. He'll send me over like first drop, and I'm ready to sort of go change, and it's already there. Yeah, so yeah, that's fine. And I'm scratching my head thinking I can't really change that. That's great.
So you're not going to tell me you're a one recording wonder, are you? Do you get, how many takes do you have to get to the point where you go, yeah, that's it?
I always like to, like when I'm talking in interviews or like when I'm doing anything, I always like to just do that influence with vocals. If you can get them in one take, I'll have a structure that I work in the studios, whereas I'll do the verses together, then I'll do the pre-choruses together, and I'll do the choruses together, and I'll layer them up that way. So I've got in the mindset how the vocal and what I want, and I'll go back, and so I'll do it that way. So I do the verses, like verse 1, verse 2, and I'll layer them the way they should be. Then I go, right, now we're doing the pre-chorus, and the pre-chorus will be done. Usually it's the same. I try and make it quite easy as I'm getting older, saves with dementia and stuff like that, so I know what I'm doing.
Hold on. You're a young little whippersnapper. Do you mind? Excuse me. In comparison to me, absolutely, no question about it.
Oh, mate, you're a legend. We go back a long way, Nick.
Way too long.
Oh no, it's amazing. I think you're an incredible guy. You know, throughout my history of music, the memories that just go back to even to the winning post and to the racing page and Jesters and the Clarendon and stuff like that. It's just so good that you're doing this show on a Monday night, because it's coming wherever I am out. I've been in the studio, wherever I come back, I'm driving back or whatever. And you come on the radio, and it's just almost, obviously I wouldn't close my eyes when I'm driving, but when I'm at home, I'm back in there, I'm back in the room, I'm back in wherever it be, the Pit, the Clarendon, the Jesters, and you got that magical voice. I think for a lot of people, it's so nice. You bring people together, and all the Clarendon lot who are probably listening to this right now are thinking, it's so nice that you can still have that element of something. The reason why we started and this and what I do every time I go on stage, and this week we're going on Hard Hell, is flying the flag for bands, and I want to fly the flag for that excitement I had as a kid, as I was coming to see you guys when you used to DJ and Gollum and all that. If I can capture that and still keep that alive, it's like flying a flag, and I love that.
Well, we really appreciate first of all, I appreciate my head has grown about 4 foot wide, but also appreciate what you do, and I think it is very true. To see you live, it is very much the way that you deliver live is certainly very much a kind of stadium rock attitude, but inside a pub is extraordinary to see. So everybody, if you haven't seen it yet, they should go and do it, because it is something definitely to be seen. So, new track, new tune to be released onto the rest of the world as of tomorrow. So tell us about that.
Yeah, we're bringing out at 6 seconds past the 6th minute at 6 a.m. on Halloween. It's a song called Little Green-Eyed Monster, and this song had a nice evolution, actually. I wanted to say, Dave, we want to have a moshing track, because we're doing a lot of the festivals now, Hard Rock, Call of the Wild and stuff like that. I said we want one of those ones that you can just go, like, everyone just gets their heads down, see you in 5 minutes. That was the initial idea. Dave came up with this really killer riff. And then I just started noticing, because I've been doing some YouTube videos and bigging up a lot of other bands, and I'm really happy. If I see another band make it, I'm really happy for them. It's such a tough industry, and I don't have that kind of, oh no, they say, like, you get jealous, like part of you dies if someone becomes successful. I've never had that. I've always been really pleased, and that's why I do the interviews I did on YouTube, because I wanted to kind of emulate people that I really respected. So, but there are people that aren't like that. You can see the little snidey comments, or they're not happy about someone being successful, and I just think it's so wrong. There's so much negativity in the world, and people trying to divide us. You need something unifying. So I thought, as it was Halloween, we could do a Halloween song, and the lyrics could be about a little green-eyed monster. So it's a little play on words on people, being eaten up with jealousy of other people being successful, which is wrong. You should embrace everybody, because everybody's in it. Everyone's trying just as hard to make a name for themselves in the industry, and some are hard. And if someone gets there, good luck to them.
Absolutely. More power to you on that one. And if other people are not aware of it, your YouTube videos, you interview a number of people across the spectrum, don't you?
Yeah, well, I did 30 of them. I wanted to look at some of the up-and-coming stars like Tail Gunner and Els Bailey and people that I respected, but some of my own heroes, you know, from Y&T, the Sex Pistols, even the first singer of AC/DC, Dave Evans. I wanted to do a chat with him, so I did that. And some of the young guns coming through like Gypsy Pistoleros and Kicking Valentina and bands that are happening now that I thought, but I even went back to Greg and the Cats in Space, like just people I felt had some kind of connection that I admired or I felt had something to say. And it's very interesting the people that agreed to do them were people that I thought would, and the ones that, you know, were very aloof were the ones that I thought would be. So it's interesting when you do something like that, because I'm quite a giving person in the sense of I love to big up someone else or to put praise behind someone else and what they're doing. But it is nice when you can chat to these people and get a real honest answer out of them. And so that's what I did. And I think I've left it there for now. I'm quite happy with what I did. And you can find them on Match Chats on YouTube anyway if you want to go and look at them and just find some people there that just want to talk about themselves, which is great.
So this track, is this going to be part of an album?
It's interesting. We've worked on a kind of organic, generic way where we do 2 at a time or 1 at a time. And we found that people releasing these albums, yeah, woo! And then 2 days later, the people that like it will still play it, but the rest of the people have moved on to something else. So I thought, if you just give them 1 or 2, then it gets them thirsty for something else. So, like, we did the Back to the Booze Jam, which was really a collection of all the first sort of 9 or 10 tracks that we'd done. And then we moved on and we done Mixed Signals and Strap Yourself In together earlier this year. And then we had another couple of ideas, and we've got loads of material to do. This track, Little Green-Eyed Monster, which was coming out on tomorrow. And then the next one, which you're going to love, which is called Even Nuns Watch Porn, which is a reference to what the Pope said a couple of years ago about society. And I thought, well, being a Catholic boy, he gave me a chance to wax lyrical about beads out and candles out and that kind of stuff. So that's coming out next month.
It's amazing how much the Pope manages to influence music and ideas.
Yeah, not he's going to be too pleased, but we do have to quote him with a line that's what I read the Holy Father said. So that gets us out, you know, and just quote him underneath. So I can't be hit with a fatwa from the Catholic Church or the Illuminati coming after or anything, you know.
Recording is obviously one of the things. Live is very much where the band is very much in their own zone from that point of view. So what's the future? Where are you going to be seeing you soon?
Oh, it's very exciting, Nick. You know, they say, was it 42 years to become an overnight success? We still play the pubs because we fly that flag. We love to entertain and go in and do that. Every gig's Wembley, every Dog and Duck download. And we've got the Hard Rock Hell Festival in Great Yarmouth on Thursday, which is very exciting. Then next year, we have got 4 rather large festivals, and the only one I'm allowed to mention is Call of the Wild. We're on the big stage. We did it this year and filled up the tent, first band to do that, and we're opening on the big stage in May. And then another one's being announced actually tomorrow, which I'm allowed to talk about after tomorrow, later in the year. And then another couple towards the end of the year, one which is everyone's going to raise their eyebrows and go, oh my God, Ransom are playing. And then they're going to go, wow. So, you know, we keep our head on the ground. We're very level-headed guys. We keep playing the pubs. Every person that comes to see us, we're grateful. We're really grateful. And we play every gig the same way. Like last night, whether people were into us or not, watching the rugby, whatever, we just went for it. And we will do that every gig. And no stone will be left unturned. No trace of blood left. Every bit of sweat is for the people who come and see Ransom.
Matt, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much for getting out of your box for us in this particular way. So I think I need to leave it to you to introduce your very own tune. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Matt Fielder is going to introduce a little tune for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of the Clarendon, rock fans, everyone out there, this is Ransom's new single. It's called Little Green-Eyed Monster, y'all.